All right, you seam heads, opening weekend is here, and so we had to make sure we took care of you as well. Our next guest is technically the host of Strike Zone and Big Inning on MLB Network and MLB TV. In fact, he handled Big Inning today for MLB TV, but he's also known as a, quote, DA show legend. That's what a couple of D-aliens have been tweeting at today, including this. Maybe the only man to ever balance being in the cast of thousands while also cementing his status as a legendary D-alien himself. That's right, his triumphant return to the mothership. It's Gregg Caserta from the MLB Network studios. Greg, how we doing?
DA, my man, great to see you. I got the text yesterday for the invite. I'm really happy I didn't have to beg to come on because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about reaching out and going, listen, man, whenever you need some baseball talk, I'm your guy. So, to get that tweet before, I said it on the show a few times, but getting a 5-winker, not once but twice on Canadian Bacon, one of my career highlights. I mean, it beats making a major league debut on the radio, calling 2 Mets games. So to be remembered in that fashion, my legacy lives on, and it's all thanks to you and your wonderful universe.
Sure. That's right. We always handle Stanley Cup playoff highlights known as Canadian Bacon, and they are judged between 0 and 5 oinks for the bacon. And Caserta, now owner of the legendary 5 oink Canadian Bacon. So now he makes his Watch DA live debut, and opening weekend is here. We're winding down on the opening weekend. Let's start in New York, where the Yankees were desperate for offense, for winning, for good vibes. They've got it with Juan Soto. They're talking about the Soto effect in the Bronx. What is the Soto effect?
Well, I just saw it on opening day where you look at the lineup on paper and you think it's really not that much different, right? And yet it's a whole lot different with Soto batting second and then Verdugo in the bottom half. It's amazing what adding 2 lefties to that lineup has done. And Soto, when you watch him, and New York fans are now getting a real taste of it, some of us watch him a lot, and now more people are seeing him in New York, and you realize that this might be the most professional hitter in baseball, has been for the last 3 to 5 years, where his first AB on opening day works a walk, and that's his calling card. He had over 130 walks last year. He doesn't give at-bats away. He has the best eye in the game, and anything up right now, he's crushing. I mean, his plate awareness, his extension, the way he can go up and get basically anything, and he just doesn't chase. Like, it's just a joy to watch him because very few guys have that approach. And then you throw in the fact that he's made a couple of really nice plays in right field. I know right field at Minute Maid Park is kind of shallow, similar to Yankee Stadium, but made a nice play on the run the other day going back to the warning track. The catch and throw to get the tying run in the 9th inning on opening day, and the energy that he brings. You see it, how he interacts with Judge. He's been a really good fit. I know that Yankees fans are already thinking about how they're going to court him in free agency next year. But enjoy the ride and let this guy do his thing, because right now, in that order, him batting second is just really dangerous right now.
Boone and Cashman owe him a lot of money if he saves their jobs this year.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
What did you think about the Oakland Coliseum proposal, the city of Oakland's proposal to A's ownership? I've seen it described as a big win potentially for the city of Oakland and for baseball as well.
I think that the fastest resolution is the best thing so that this doesn't continue to get dragged out, because we know going back a few months, they're going to Vegas. It's happening. It's signed, sealed, delivered. And then a short time later you hear, don't lock it in yet. So all along, I think the baseball purists like me and you, DA, we want the A's to stay in Oakland under the right circumstances. Because when you look at that ballpark right now, as bad as the Chicago White Sox are, they've been packed this weekend. The building's been filled. You look at Oakland Coliseum, nobody's there.
No.
And it's really a shame, because I think that if they are really conscious and they're really serious about staying in Oakland, finding a new site, making things work there, it'll happen. Because, listen, we know that there are cities that are clamoring to have a team. Nashville's waiting in the wings. Montreal's been getting floated around, but Nashville's really ready. They've got the ownership group there that's getting ready to bring a team in. So, A's, please make it work.
All right, give me opening weekend early thoughts, a team that is better or looks better than you predicted coming into the season.
So my pick for the AL Central this year coming in was the Detroit Tigers. And I'm sticking with it because I'm not impressed with the Minnesota Twins. I know that they're 2-0, but now with the injury to Royce Lewis, he's out for at least a month. Byron Buxton's a ticking time bomb. I think that the Tigers are legit. I really do. I'm not saying they're going to go out and win 95 games, but can they win 85-90 and win that division? 100%. I think a year under A.J. Hinch, you started to see some things in the second half last season. They've got a young, exciting lineup. They've got Colt Keith. They've got a boatload of former first-round draft picks in their pitching department, if you will. Casey Mize, Matt Manning, Alex Faedo. They've got a bunch of guys that have been hurt or haven't lived up to the billing, but I like the Tigers.
Okay, and because we always end on a positive note, let's talk about a team that's a disaster, a mess, a team that looks totally lost coming into the early part of the season.
So the thing I was posing this weekend is which fan base is the most overreactionary right now? Is it the Yankees, the Mets, or the Phillies? And I still think the Phillies are a good ball club, but the Mets are bad. I just don't think they're very good. I don't think that they've got really any thump in their lineup. I think if Starling Marte bounces back this year, that'll be nice. But there's a reason why people don't talk about Francisco Lindor having a 30-30 season last year. One of 6 shortstops to ever do it, and yet it kind of goes under the radar. He needs to be great, and I think he's really good. Pete Alonso, you know what you're getting from him. You're going to get 40 home runs, but is he going to hit 211 again? The lineup does not scare you. And they're in a division where it's the Phillies and the Braves. So, I thought the Mets coming in, they might surprise some people and finish about 500. But after watching the lack of punch in that lineup the last 2 days, still not really knowing when Senga's coming back. And your first 2 games, it's Severino and Quintana atop the rotation. It could be a long year for Mets fans.
So you're saying my investment in season tickets this year was another waste of a good check. Okay.
I would never tell you that. I think that you should get out to Citi Field as soon as possible and get a slice of Prince Street pizza, but that's about it.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm going to punt on the first month and a half or so and just sell those tickets, whatever I can get on SeatGeek. And then just when the warm weather is here, I'm going to go out there. K Corner is going to have $3 Coors Lights before the game. I'm very excited about this new promotion by the Mets. Going to eat, have a few beers, enjoy warm weather, be out there. Not going to grind out those 45-degree nights at windy, blustery Citi Field. Just going to go out there for a nice summer night, get some food, get some drinks. I'm going to enjoy my baseball and probably the opposing team and the opposing pitcher. Just, be able to soak up good baseball.
All right, so I'm going to float something out there. You and I live relatively close to each other. I know that you have way more of a schlep to get from your house to Citi Field. So how about one of these days when you're really desperate and you need somebody for a game, you give your pal Greggy a call. I will drive us to Citi Field and we'll enjoy a game together because I have not been to Citi in a few years, and I would like to go this year. So just when you think of me, give me a holler. I'll definitely scoop you up.
Okay, we are on that, and we'll bring back the footage for Watch DA Live. And just so you know, at this point, if it's a bad Mets team, my cutoff is 68 degrees. It has to be a 68-degree temperature for me to go. Before it gets there, I'm not gonna soldier through that type of stuff. So just when you'll see it when the temperature hits 68 to 70, then we can go out there.
I love it. I'm with you, bro. And it's great to see you and be with you. I'm sorry I didn't have better news on your Mets 3 days in, but the beauty is we got 159 games to go. So maybe the next time we talk, we'll be in better moods about it.
All right, this is awesome. Check out Gregg Caserta, the host of Strike Zone and Big Inning on MLB Network and MLB TV. Follow him on Twitter at Gregg Caserta MLB, also on Instagram as well. And he'll be a regular around these parts. I know a lot of the aliens are very excited to have you back here in the fold, man. So congrats on all the awesome stuff going on in your career and everything. And we'll do this again, buddy. Appreciate it.
Can't wait, brother. Thank you for everything. You know I love you. I'm always here for you, and looking forward to doing it again down the road.
Back at you, man. All right. Very cool to have Gregg Caserta join us tonight here on Watch DA Live.